Welcome back to News at Noon on ABC 36 News Now.
Hey friends, welcome back in. Well, if you have a hard to shop for history fan on your holiday list, guilty as charged, they are going to love this experience as their ultimate holiday gift, an authentic 1850s era photography portrait session.
Yes, and we did it, and it was amazing. Long-standing Kentucky photographer Mark Cornelison he actually opened a tintype photo studio in downtown Lexington, and he joins us right now. Mark, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for our session. It was incredible. It really was.
I was really glad y'all came to see it, because sometimes explaining it's a little harder than somebody getting in on it.
Well, and let's talk about that.
It is an experience.
It is.
It's not just sitting down for a picture. I mean, there is a process. You walk people through it. It's really cool. And Mark, you know, you were with the Herald Leader for decades. You're the chief photog at UK. What got you into this 1850s era tintype wet plate photography?
You know, somebody told me once at the Lexington Camera Club, somebody came up afterwards and said, "It seems like you're going backwards." and I was. And I sometimes I feel like I want to get there as fast as I can. But when I was a student at EKU, our second semester, I still didn't really know what I was doing photography-wise in anything. And our teacher came up with a camera very similar, an old camera called a Crown Graphic, made by a company called Graphlix. It just looked like a square box to me. But our whole semester was learning that camera. So I did, and I started loving it. But then, you know, things moved on. I started finding the newer, faster cameras that people were using for sports, which I was really into at the time. This didn't work well for that.
Gotcha.
So I got away from it, and then when I moved on and joined the Herald Leader staff in the early 90s, I started looking through some old Sports Illustrateds and seeing some pictures I liked and wondering what some of these borders were around the pictures, and realizing it was certain kinds of film. So I was like, I remember that camera I had at Eastern. So I went back, found one on eBay, and started using it for a bunch of the athletes around every now and then.
That's
Then we
incredible.
kicked it 100 years before that,
Well,
and here we are with tintype.
Right. I just, you know, I was going to 4x5 film for a long time, and then always wanted to know what tintype was about. And daguerreotypes were before tintype, but they were super dangerous. The tintype's not the safest thing in the world, but to do. But you know, the chemicals, there's stuff involved, but not nothing that's going to hurt you. But you know, just you got to be careful with all that.
Well, the results are epic.
Oh, they really are.
The pictures you're getting from this tintype process, this is what goes on the back of your autobiography. This is what goes on the album cover. I mean, these are. How did you put it? You said it's the most honest photo you'll ever see of yourself.
Yeah, there's no hiding anything with this. So it's always funny. I'm waiting for that person that I shoot to run one through their Instagram filters, then I'll realize what's happened with today's world. But yeah, it doesn't hide a thing. So you know, when you used to buy film, when you'd buy 100 speed, 400, and etc., these plates are speed 1, and with that means ultra fine detail.
Right.
You know, there's an expert online that said that the megapixels involved in, say, an 8x10 plate to just make today's digital cameras look like nothing.
Wow.
Just because of the detail that's there.
We just saw Jay Peterman's tintype go by, and there you are in your studio.
Yeah.
Mark, your camera's historic too. I mean, this is the Lexington's Lafayette Studios camera.
That's right. I got a phone call a couple years back from the family of Chester Wayne Scott, who owned Lafayette Studios, and said, "We have a bunch of cameras. We're not sure what we have, but somebody told us they thought you could help us." So I went out there, and long story short, I left there with basically a SUV full of cameras.
That's awesome.
And I was able to sell a bunch of them for the family and get them a few bucks. And then I knew this one here that they're showing now is the one that I wanted.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And the family was thrilled that I was going to keep the camera breathing. And so now I feel a responsibility to keep the pictures coming.
Keeping history alive.
That is great. And you know, it is truly an experience for folks that do schedule these sessions with you. How do they get a hold of you? How do they schedule the time with you to make this happen? Because that's incredible.
Because I'm chief photographer at UK, I'm having to work that, you know, I'm working with people on their schedules. So basically I say I'm by appointment right now. Okay. Hopefully I get a little more structure down the line, but I've only had the studio for about a month and a half now. So things took off pretty quick.
Well, the word got out.
It did. I got a lot. People gave me credit for opening before the holiday season, and I said that was really just blind luck. I saw a for rent sign and things worked out.
Oh, wow. That's great.
But Cornelison Tintypes is my website, and you can go there and you can see the prices, packages. You can get a hold of me there.
Very good.
MarkCornelison.com is my regular website, and my phone numbers are on everything.
Wow.
All right.
I don't know if we can pull up our picture from our session with Mark, but I mean, look at this. Yeah. That is so cool. As a history lover, as someone that appreciates the artistry that goes into photography. This is the one I want our grandkids to dig up someday and go, this is the one we're going to put up on the wall.
Yeah, we'll be pushing up daisies at that point.
This is incredible. Well, Mark, thank you for decades of not only documenting Lexington history, but now winding it back a little while in time and really capturing the essence of people, the honesty in those faces.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
We really appreciate you.
A great gift for that history lover that says, I don't know what to tell you to get me. This is it.
It's perfect.
Book a session with Mark. Come back and see us, okay?
I sure will. Thanks so much.
Appreciate your work. Back with more. Stick around, friends.